I thought I would do a DIY for all of my fellow water lily and lotus lovers. So I have 4 tanks set up because I'm trying to grow 4 different varietals. So I'm doing a blue lotus, yellow lotus, white lotus, and pink. And they're actually water lilies except for the pink. The pink will actually be a lotus. So I just want to put together what I did. I'm on such a tight budget that I had to really be very creative. So one of the things I did is I did grab a 8 foot by, I think this is about a 2 foot stock tank. And I get these these pumps on Amazon for $25. They're actually pretty substantial because I bought my first one, I'd say 4 years ago or 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago when I got my first blue lotus water lily. And it didn't, it worked really well until last year, and I finally had to replace it. So they've proven their worth, so I went ahead and got 3 more for my tanks. Actually 4 in general, because I have 5 small tanks in total. So anyway, so that's $25. The tank, you can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. I mean, you can go anywhere really. Tractor Supply and so on. That's the bigger part of the investment. But I mean, 8 foot by 2 foot is something that you can make a really nice little pond. And again, I'm working with a very, very tight budget, so I don't really have a lot of extra to spend on. So I'm, next year I can improve upon it. But this year was the initial cost or output, with buying 4 8 foot stock tanks and all of that. So anyway, one of the things that really surprised me was I picked up these lotus seeds. Now I have a bunch of lotus seeds that I collected when we used to have a big lotus pond in the city, but I'm kind of hoarding them. I don't want to plant them until I have everything set up this year, and then maybe next year I will. But these ones I picked up for $7 on Amazon, and a lot of people in the reviews said, oh, they don't sprout, etc., etc. So here's what I found. This is a really cool trick. I made sure that they sat in plenty of warm water twice a day. I didn't miss on that. I treated it like I was growing sprouts. And what I found was when they started sprouting, I actually changed out the water 3 times. So 3 times the water was changed out, and that's when the sprouts really came to be. So now I'm going to show you, and you can kind of see that mostly there's a few that haven't sprouted, but that's okay. I'm going to throw them in anyway, it doesn't matter. I call it lotus fertilizer. So in the next step, I'm just going to show you how you want to put it in the soil, and then you're going to place it in the tank. So the thing that's pretty vital is you need some kind of planter or container, like an aquatic container. And I ended up getting I think it was a 6-pack actually. I got these on Amazon. Again, they were really inexpensive. They were a 6-pack for $12 or $15. I can't quite remember. And I looked everywhere in the city. I try to buy all of this stuff locally, but sometimes I'm just, I can't do much about it. And so I had to also buy the potting media, which I bought on Amazon. This is a bigger bag. I originally started out with the smaller ones, and then I tried another company on Amazon and it wasn't as great. This is the one I found to be really, really good for potting. And let me see if I can put this in. Oh yeah, Aquascape, that's right. So this is 30 pounds, I think it's 30. And it's, I think it was $33. Again, a little bit of an investment, but you have to put your your sprouted lotus in some soil. It's just how it has to be. So next I'm going to pour this into the aquatic pot, and then I'll show you how I put the sprouted lotus in there. Okay, so now all I'm doing is I'm just kind of leveling this out almost hate to pour these out after all of that effort, but anyway, it's time for them to be free. They need to be in their full-time aquatic environment. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of submerging them in the potting medium. Again, there's a couple here that didn't sprout. Oh yeah, that was a rotten one. But most of these did, and for $7. And again, I don't really know what I'm going to end up with, and I'm okay with that because I have enough tanks dedicated to specific ones that I really wanted to have dedicated to, like the blue lotus and the white lotus. So it's okay. This part of the whole setup was more of an experiment. So really I'm just planting this like, you know, like I would plant any kind of seeds. And I'm making sure that the sprout is upside. You don't want to have it going downwards. That makes sense, but I always like to just make sure it's understood. You know, because not everybody grew up on the farm and has planted things, and that's cool. That's fine. We're all here to learn anyway. Oh, even that one did. So see, this is really cool. If you really pay attention to the sprouting part, you can get almost all of them. So I think I've got 4 that didn't make it, which is incredible because I don't think, based on the reviews I read anyway, I don't think anybody else got that many. So take a look at that. That's pretty good success. Okay, so now all we're doing is we're just putting a little bit of potting material lightly on top. Oh, this little guy decided to go wayward. You want to get him in there. Just gently pat it down. Don't go crazy. And you don't want the soil to move once it goes in the water, but you don't want to kill off these little sprouts. They're very tender. There we go. And after all of that sprouting effort, we definitely want them to survive. Okay. So I think there's enough. That should be okay. And then here's the cool thing about these little fabric bags is you can just pick them up and just gently lower it in and then open it up a little. Now, here's the thing. I did have an awning because you really don't want these in direct sun right away. I'll be getting an awning at Lowe's. That's a little bit of an expense that I'm not looking forward to, but it's needed. I didn't do it with my other ones, and they are growing. I just planted them a week ago, so they're doing okay. They're probably not happy with me, but they are doing okay. But once you have this here, keep it away a little bit of a distance from your pump, and wait about 2 or 3 days and take a look, see that everything is still okay, that there isn't anything that's rotted, died or anything. And then what I do is I give it 1 or 2 tablets of aquatic fertilizer. It's just to give it a little boost. So yeah, anyway, so this is just a little cute little DIY for lotus, and this is a way, and you don't have to go with a tank this big. You can get a little tank. Honestly, you can get anything, but it's really to demonstrate, you know, kind of a easy DIY for setting up a little lotus pond. And you know, I'm kind of considered the lotus lady these days because I've been selling Blue Lotus Absolute since, I don't know, 2013, like before anybody was even selling the oil. And you know, once I bought my property, the first thing I wanted to do was to actually have my own ponds. And unfortunately, I mean, I do have a sizable amount of land, but I'm in a residential area, and so I can only do so much for now. So if I win the lottery, we'll have a different conversation or a different video. But until then, this is a great little way to set up your little pond. So we'll revisit this in the summertime and see how it went. Or maybe I'll come back in a few days and we'll do a little follow-up on this, and then another one in the summertime, because it would be really cool to see if these survive, if it was a good idea to spend all that time sprouting them, and yeah, see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the videos. Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to start putting out more content. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. All right, thanks. This is Cher from Essential Oil Apothecary.